Wow, man. I can't believe they did Bobby Lashley like that. I can't believe they treated Bobby Lashley like that. They have screwed him over too many times since being signed, since he came back. They took away the Hurt Business. He suffered losses on TV as the world champion. Xavier Woods beat him. Randy Orton kept making a fool out of him with the multiple RKOs. Here you have your first credible WWE champion since Brock Lesnar. A true legit badass that can fuck you up in real life. They would have never done Roman Reigns like that. Making your world champion look vulnerable every week. Having Reigns, give Lashley sneak disses on his promos the past couple of months. It's like the disrespect. So now we are going back to having goofballs as world champions. Wow, man. You want to tank your ratings even further? You want to tank down to what, 1.7? Because that's where it's heading now, since you made Big E the fucking world champion. It will probably dip down to maybe 1.7, 1.6. Why? Because nobody gave a flying fuck about him when he was the IC champion. Nobody gave a fuck about Big E as the champion when Apollo Crews beat him. So what makes you think he's going to draw something as the number one champion? Hell, I'd rather want fucking Apollo Crews as the fucking world champion. Nobody took him seriously as the IC champion. Why are you giving him the world champion? He is a 5'10", 270-some pound goofball. He's a goofy character. He's a joke. Wow, man. Now, if Big E was Powerhouse Hobbs, hey, shit. You would hear no complaints out of me. Shit. You would hear no complaints from me. If Big E was serious like a Powerhouse Hobbs, hey, shit. I'm like, hey, Lashley. Hey, I'm like, hey, bro, you had a great run. I'm saying you had a great run, but hey, Powerhouse Hobbs is the future, bro. Big E is not the future. Big E is a ratings killer. He will be a ratings killer. He is more goofier than fucking Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston, don't get me wrong, he's goofy. Big E is way more goofier than Kofi Kingston. In fact, you gave the world title to the most goofiest dude from the New Day. He's the goofiest. He's the most cringe out of the New Day. But how is Big E supposed to be a credible champion if he took advantage of Bobby Lashley with a bad knee? That's your champion? That's not a fucking babyface move, bro. That was a heel move. He's supposed to be your top face now, right? He took advantage of Bobby Lashley with a bad knee. That's a heel-like move. A babyface does not do that. He clearly had a bad knee. And Big E still went on with cashing in. How is that right? That's your top face? Taking advantage of a hobbled monster? Taking advantage of a handicapped monster. That's your top face now, huh? Bruh, that's something that a heel Edge would do. Baron Corbin would do that. Hell, fucking Brock Lesnar would probably do that. I'm like, what kind of shit was that? A heel Randy Orton would do something like that. That's not a face move. And guess what? The crowd gave no fucks. That crowd didn't give a shit. Remember when Big E got on the top rope to fucking celebrate and raise his title? I saw niggas in the background walking away. Walking towards the exits, not giving a fuck that he won. That's your champion now? The crowd don't give a fuck. It was a terrible, awful moment, and I'm not being a hater. If Big E had a serious, badass character like a Powerhouse Hobbs, hey, I would be the first to say congratulations, man. Lashley had a great run, but it's Powerhouse Hobbs time. No, I can't say that. In fact, I pray, I hope they are building up Karrion Kross to beat Big E. That's the only positive thing about this. That's the only positive thing about Big E losing is, hey, Karrion Kross might take it now. Karrion Kross is being built up for something. You know what I'm saying? He had that great promo tonight on Raw. He's being built up as something special. So maybe that's going to be Big E's first opponent, or eventually down the road, Karrion Kross will eventually take that title. That's the only positive thing I would take away. But they are just disrespecting Bobby Lashley. First, he can't get a match with fucking Brock Lesnar. Let that sink in. He can't get a match with fucking Brock Lesnar. Let me get this straight. You booked Finn Balor against Brock Lesnar, but you don't want to book Bobby Lashley against Brock Lesnar. You book Braun Strowman against Brock Lesnar, but you don't want to book Bobby fucking Lashley against Brock Lesnar. They have disrespected Bobby Lashley too many times, man. I feel bad for him. I just feel sorry for him. I feel bad for him, man. Bobby Lashley was supposed to hold that title until WrestleMania, until his match with Brock fucking Lesnar. But yet, you give the title to a goofball that nobody gives two fucks about. Big E, he gets no pops. Okay? He gets no pops from the audience. In fact, he's still not more over than fucking Kofi Kingston. And he's your world champion, he will take your ratings. I swear it. Nobody takes him seriously. The more he acts like a fucking goofy ass dude, people will get their remotes and they will turn. I don't get it. He was an awful IC champion, and you make him the fucking world champion? Where do they do that at? This is such an awful decision. Like I said, man, the only positive thing about this is, hey, Karrion Kross has a strong chance on taking that title away from him. Because I don't see Big E as a long-term champion. I see Big E as a transitional champion. He would not have a long reign. I want that to be clear. Big E would not have a long title reign. Why? He's too goofy. He's a comedy act. He's a goofball comedy act. They just gave him this title just to be nice to him. Like, hey, bruh, you did good during Kofi's reign as his sidekick. So here, we're gonna, we are going to congratulate you now. We are going to reward you for sitting back and letting Kofi Kingston win the world title a couple years back. So here you go. That's all this is. Expect Karrion Kross to take that title away from him very soon. But overall, this was just awful, a terrible, awful decision. The disrespect of Bobby Lashley is just so uncalled for. Y'all treat Roman Reigns like a god, like an untouchable god. Even though Bobby Lashley has a more credible background than Reigns, but yet you made him more vulnerable than Roman Reigns, though. Why? Bobby Lashley is a legit killer. Like, what? Like, I don't get it, man. Look, what Biggie did was a heel-like move. Your top babyface took advantage of a hobbled monster with a bad knee. This win has no credibility at all. That's why the crowd didn't give two fucks about it. After that bell rang, they gave two fucks once he won. That's why people were heading for the exits after he was celebrating. Go back and watch that match. People were walking away, walking towards the exits. They didn't give a fuck. Let that sink in. He will take the motherfucking ratings. I'm done. I'm done.